Hi everybody, this is Miss Mary and welcome to Super Skills for Kids. Let's get started with our hello song. Hello friends, hello friends, hello friends. It's time to say hello. Hello everybody, I hope you're having a good day. Today we're going to talk about the letter N. This is an uppercase N and a lowercase n. They kind of look like the letter M that we talked about last time, but a little less complicated. So here's how we make an uppercase N. We start at the top and draw a straight line down. Then we go back up to the top and draw a slanty line away. And we stay down there and we draw a straight line back up to the top. Okay? So we start at the top, straight line down, go back to the top, make a slanty line away, and then go back up with a straight line again. That's an uppercase N. A lowercase n, which again looks kind of like a lowercase m, but less fancy, a little less to it. We're going to start lower down because that's only half as high. I'm going to kind of knocking my uppercase n out of the way, aren't I here? Okay, so for the lowercase n, we are going to make a straight line down. Then we're going to go back up and curve around, kind of like a hook, and go down again. So straight line down, then back up, make a rounded hook at the top, and go down again. That's a lowercase n. And what does the letter N sound like? N. N. Sounds like that. There's lots of words that start with N. Nail, noodles, nose, necklace. Lots of N words, and our N word for today is, can you tell what that is? Noisemaker, because the word noise starts with the letter N. We are going to make a noisemaker, and we're going to read a book about a little mouse whose name is Nora. So her name starts with N, Nora, but she also is very noisy. So this book is called Noisy Nora. So that's two N words right there. And it's written by Rosemary Wells, and Rosemary Wells also did all the pictures. Okay, so let's read about Noisy Nora. Looks like Nora is spilling some silverware. That's going to be noisy. Oh my gosh, and what's she doing here? Can you tell what she's doing? She's pulling on a lamp cord. That looks like that might get noisy too. Looks like she's got a little baby brother. Jack had dinner early. Father played with Kate. So it looks like she's got a little brother named Jack and a big sister named Kate. Jack needed burping, so Nora had to wait. First, she banged the window. Then she slammed the door. Then she dropped her sister's marbles on the kitchen floor. Well, I bet those were all pretty noisy. Quiet, said her father. Hush, said her mum. Nora, said her sister, why are you so dumb? Well, that's not very nice to say, is it? It's not a nice thing to call someone. Jack had gotten filthy. Looks like Jack needs a bath. Mother cooked with Kate. Jack needed drying off, so Nora had to wait. First, she knocked the lamp down. Then she felled some chairs. Do you know what felled means? It means knocked over. Then she took her brother's kite and flew it down the stairs. Quiet, said her father. Hush, said her mum. Nora, said her sister, why are you so dumb? Well, she said it again. Jack was getting sleepy. Father read with Kate. Jack needed singing to, so Nora had to wait. I'm leaving, shouted Nora, and I'm never coming back. Looks like she's standing by the back door, huh? And they didn't hear a sound but a tra-la-la from Jack. Father stopped his reading. Mother stopped her song. Mercy, said her sister, something's very wrong. No Nora in the cellar. No Nora in the tub. Looks like they're looking for her. No Nora in the mailbox or hiding in a shrub. Do you know what a shrub is? A shrub is a bush. She's left us, moaned her mother as they sifted through the trash. But I'm back again, said Nora, with a monumental crash. You know what monumental means? Really, really big. Looks, where has Nora been? Has she been hiding in the broom closet? And everything comes crashing out when she comes out. But she's got a big smile on her face. And so does her family. They're so happy to see her. It seems like Nora had to wait a lot in this story, and that made her get kind of impatient and noisy. But her family noticed she was missing when everything got quiet. And they looked all over for her, and she knows they love her and they missed her. So everybody's happy that Nora is back. The end. So let's see if we can make some noise with our homemade noisemaker. Let's get started with our noisemaker so we can make some noise. Your grown-up is going to help you with some parts of this. Your grown-up will help you find an empty spice jar to use that had spices in it at one time, but maybe they're all gone now. And your grown-up will take the label off. And so you just have an empty jar or bottle. It doesn't matter too much what size it is. And the thing we're going to put in there to make it make a noise, there's lots of choices. You could use some dried beans. I didn't use those. I have some unpopped popcorn. And I also have some uncooked rice, some brown rice. And you don't really need to put very much in here because the more space there is for whatever's in there to shake around, the noisier it'll be. So if you filled it completely up, it wouldn't make much of a noise because there wouldn't be much room for the popcorn or the rice to bounce around. So this is a funnel. Depending on what you use, you might want to use a funnel to get it in there. And I'm going to put it like this and hold it in place. And I'm going to use popcorn for this one. So I'm just going to pour, and you can be the pourer and your grown-up could be the holder, or your grown-up can pour and you can hold, whatever you decide. Okay, so I'm going to I'm not going to need too much. Really, just a little bit on the bottom is all I'm going to need. Okay. Then I'm going to put my top back on. I'm going to screw that on. You can do that. And then your grown-up's job is going to be to tape this top on so it doesn't fall off and all our noisy stuff inside fall out. So they can either use Scotch tape, they want it to be clear, or packing tape, or I had some electrical tape I used, or they could use masking tape, whatever kind of tape they have around the house. They're going to tape that top on for you so that it doesn't fall off. See, I used clear for this one, and you really can't see it very much, but that's going to keep this top from coming off or from opening up by mistake. Okay, then once that's done, your job is going to be to put some rubber bands around the outside to decorate it. Okay. Now I did two. I did one that I used rubber bands on, and I used one that I had some hair ties, some ponytail holders, that I used those for this one. For this one, I didn't cover the whole jar. I left some space in between the rows. And for the rubber band one, I did cover the whole jar. But you can do whatever you want. And if you don't have colored rubber bands, You can use the tan ones and those will work fine, or white, or whatever color you have. And if you have a mixture, you can just use a mixture, okay? So you've got your jar, your grown-up has taped it shut, and you've got some beans or some unpopped corn or some uncooked rice in there. Now you're gonna turn it upside down. You're gonna take a rubber band, okay? And you could put this on a table, or you could hold it between your legs, between your knees, to keep it steady. I'm going to hold it in my one hand so you can see what I'm doing, but you might want to use a surface and then use your two hands to stretch out the rubber band or the hair tie and just put it over the end like this, okay? You stretched it out, you're going to put it over the end and just roll it down, okay? Then you're going to do another one, and you can do them all the same color. You can mix up the colors, whatever you'd like to do. Okay, I'm going to put 2 red ones on in a row. Okay, so I'm going to stretch it around here, stretch it out, roll it down. Okay, maybe I'll do a yellow one. Okay, I'm going to stretch it out, put it over the end, roll it down. Okay, and I'll end up with something that looks kind of stripy. But like I said, you can do the whole thing the same color, whatever you'd like. There's my rubber band. I'm going to stretch it out a little bit and roll it down. So when you're done, this is how my rubber bands looked. So I used 2 of each color at a time and made some stripes. And this is how my hairband one looks. So I hope you have fun with this. You see, listen. That's the rice one, it's soft. That's the popcorn one, it's loud. Okay? And if you did a bean one, it would sound a little different from either of them. So I've got a song for you, a shaker song. You can shake a rhythm to any song. So I hope you'll use this if you have a family dance party, or if you're listening to some songs with your family. Just use these to shake a rhythm. You can also do some actions with these. So let's do that now. I've got a little song, and it goes to the tune of London Bridges. And I'm going to use my rice because I want it to be a little soft so it doesn't sound louder than my words when I'm singing, so you'll be able to hear what I'm singing. Okay? So here we go. This is called Shake Your Shaker. Okay? Shake your shaker in the air. Shake it here. Shake it there. Shake your shaker in the air. Shake your shaker. Shake your shaker by your nose, by your elbow, by your toes. Shake your shaker by your nose. Shake your shaker. Shake it up and shake it down. Rub your shaker on the ground. Shake it up and shake it down. Shake your shaker. All right. I hope you're going to be able to do that song a couple times with your family. I had fun making noise with you and giving you a way to make some noise at home. Let's do the noisy one. And I love reading about Nora. I always like that book. So I will see you next time. Let's sing our goodbye song. And that's it for today. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. Have a good day.